We don't need to create the key in that one if we just pass in the key itself. Okay. Okay, so yeah, when we're initializing, we will just grab the key and then pass that through. So just a couple of uncaught cases there. There we go. Oh, what happened there? So I'm thinking this is the inventory here, since it's got a key of null, 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 and then inventory of nothing. Okay, let's see then. Where does that lead us to? So we'll try and spout the inventory of the chest. Oh, it's Control R to test. Okay. So that inventory works, but the one when we're trying to actually do something doesn't work. So this is making a list. That's fine. So this is probably a different error. Add key array, push item. That's in on item OK. On item OK. Right, here we go. So we don't need the key array. We just need the add key. Grab the key. That should do it. Add item to chest inventory. So push, and then we'll remove from the player inventory, which is going to be game party dot lose item. Game, but you know what? Just type lose item. Yeah, okay. And it looks like we can leave out that third parameter in gain item. So lose item. Where was that third? This one here. Get rid of that. So we add it to the chest and we lose it from the party. And then we gain from the party and lose it from the chest. Let's see if this is going to work. I'm sure there's still a lot that needs to be done, but it would be nice to see something going. So there's nothing in here. We click on that. Huh. And it's frozen, which maybe just means we need to redraw and come back to activating this window. Let's see, on item OK, this determine item, what does that mean? Determine item. Okay, so that's going on to actually use an item, which is not what we're looking for. Deselect and then activate. I wonder if we can just refresh or redraw. Just activate. Let's see if this does it. Not sure what this is. If it needs selection. I'll comment this out for now because I've got a feeling we don't need that. Mm. I don't think we'll need the user either. You know what? This is wrong. If we click in the inventory, activate the item window. If we click on the chest, we will also activate the item window. If we click on something because magic chest key, then we want to update something, and then we will probably unselect, was it, or deselect, and then command window dot activate. Still need to put more code in here, but yeah, we're getting there. Let's see, so we click here. Okay, so that's working. We just need to learn how to redraw the screen. Oh, we're not holding, we don't have any quantity. Huh. Actually, is this does the game item hold a quantity? Let's go game item. Let's see what it's got. Data class and an item ID. So, okay. Hmm. So item, what happens if you use an item? Refresh. So we can maybe just copy that straight out. Yeah, I think what we were seeing there, when I clicked on the red gem, it added it to the chest, but reduced our count to 4 in the inventory. So when I looked at chest, it was drawing the item and then was getting the quantity of the item based on our inventory rather than what's in the chest. So let's see, if I click here, still nothing. It's not refreshed or anything. But when I come back, it does refresh. So let's see how to make it refresh properly, since I don't think that's it. Windows, we'll go to, you know what, it's selectable is probably fine. Activate, deactivate, select, deselect, reselect, row. Anything that looks like refresh. Hmm. Desktop paint. Clears the contents and then draws all items. Huh. I think that should have done it. That probably should have worked. Or maybe it's not under. Maybe I did underscore when it shouldn't have been underscored. Maybe. Oh no, it's item window. Dot refresh. I think I did do that. So let's see. Item list, and then we'll see if there's a refresh being used somewhere. Yeah, refresh. So there we go. When I call refresh, it will make the item list again. And then we'll do the prototype refresh, which is window selectable, which looks like it just clears the contents and draws again. So, oh, what am I doing? I didn't add it to this one. So that'll be it working now. The quantity will still be broken, but that's fine. Right, so if I go boom, 4, 3, 2. So we've got 3 red gems in here, and it's pulling the quantity from our inventory. So now I'm wondering if this shouldn't be drawing. This shouldn't be including anything in the list. I'll just put one in back. Okay, it's something not right. This chest ID is not what we use anymore. It's scene chest ID like that. Oh, weird. Oh no, that's fine, that's fine. That wasn't the error there. So what is the error? We're using key array, so it's just key. One of each. Okay, let's see. Red gem. Oh, Is it still in there, but it looks like it's 0? Yeah, okay, so this won't work. We need to come up with some way of holding the quantity. Draw item number. So this will need to be different. Make sure I don't overwrite every item list. Magic chest, item list. So here we'll need to do switch for this dot category. Inventory. So I think if I test this now, it should draw the numbers for the inventory items, but nothing for the chest items. Okay, but yeah, I should probably draw the number for this as well. Magic chest key, do the same thing. So if I take, so I'm down to 3 there, I'm still down to 3 in these, and I've got 2 red gems in the chest. Let's see if I can pop one back in. Yeah, but no. Okay, so what I'm doing here is filtering if the item, no. So we're filtering any item that is not equal to item, but I'm using this, which makes it extremely strict. So it's saying if this object is not exactly this other object, then it should be in the list. Which it shouldn't be, because we're not trying to get exact objects, we're trying to get if this object is pretty much that object. So I don't know if I can just remove one of these and it'll work, or if I need to be much more explicit and say if the item type and the item ID is the same, then it should be removed. But yeah, anyway, this just doesn't work because it doesn't work with quantity. And now I'm thinking about it, that probably should have worked if it was the explicit object I was trying to remove. How should we resolve this? Let's have a look at how we gain items. Container of item container. Oh, hold on. So that's this is just getting okay. So back again. So this is saying the container is going to be something like the weapons, the armor, or the items that the party is holding. So if it finds one of those, then it's fine to do the rest. Okay, maybe just have maybe something like create item identifier. And we'll pass in some kind of item. This is maybe a bad way of doing it, but I was thinking if we just take the type and then the ID, that's the identifier, and then when we add something to an inventory, we just make it like that instead of an array, and we can pass in identifier and then quantity. Be something like weapon1, quantity would be like 2. Um, right, so let's take the identifier and just make it equal to data class, and then magic item dot item ID, and we'll just return that actually. And we can just pass in this dot create item identifier. That I think. So if we want to add something, we can no longer just push like this. I think we would need to do the prototype. Let's make a function for it. Add item to magic chest. We're gonna have chest ID. So add item to magic chest, and let's make another one for removing. And we need an item as well, I think here. add item. This is add item to chest, so we will do this.scene, add item to magic chest, and then we will have, I guess should I have to pass in a chest ID here, or should I assume that the chest we're working with is the one that we have? I'll start off by assuming we have it, and then if it screws up, then I'll change it. So we're adding this to the magic chest, and I'm going to allow them to pass in a number, but it's always going to be 1 for now. So this is add, and this is the code I had previously to add something. So yeah, the key is going to be this, chest ID, key, then we're going to access the items, get the inventory, but we're not just going to push item, we need to do something else. Check if already exists for this item. So if there's no entry for this, we will just create the entry. I guess quantity 0, something like that. Maybe we can have item, item. So we have a record of what the item is. We have a quantity, and I guess for the sake of it, we can add in. I probably should just call that ID, but I think I would get mixed up with just the ID of the item. So that's fine. And then down here we've just created it if it never exists, so we know it's safe to do plus equals quantity. So then remove item from magic chest. Let's see what we've got